लिंक आया नहीं आया ना?
आ गया
ओके
सर,
ओके
2
ओके,
आए,
2 बार सॉरी।
2 बार आ गया, नो प्रॉब्लम।
अच्छा, इन केस अगर बीच में पावर कट होता है IQAC में, तो हमारे पास क्या है ऑप्शन, क्योंकि ये सारा कनेक्टेड है उधर से, कि ये कंटिन्यू रहेगा?
मेरे हिसाब से रहेगा, बिकॉज़ यू आर प्रेजेंटिंग।
ओके, सो ये भी चेक हो जाएगा।
109 registration still now.
109।
पॉपुलर हो गई है वेबिनार सीरीज।
कहते ना हिट हो जाएगी, नेटफ्लिक्स पे डाल देंगे फिर।
सही बात है। पेड रखेंगे।
हाँ, पेड़ रखेंगे, ऑब्वियसली रेवेन्यू जनरेट करना है हमने
हमें तो
यूनिवर्सिटी।
कहीं से भी करना है, अब बहुत हो गया है।
आई थिंक ऑल सेट। सो अभी के लिए फिर वेट करते हैं।
हाँ, वेट करते हैं। अब मुझे लगता है इसके बाद कोई आता है तो हम उन्हें अलाउ कर सकते हैं। अब नहीं, वी नीड टू रिमूव, हमारी स्लाइड्स भी चेंज हो रही हैं। और मेरे काम में ये है सर, एक बारी रिवाइज कर लेती हूँ। पहले हम वेलकम मैं कर लूंगी, और फिर डॉक्टर लूथरा को बुलाऊंगी, है ना? फिर उसके बाद थोड़ा सा वेबिनार के बारे में बता के नहीं, फिर आपके बारे में बता के आप आ गए। और फिर उस बीच मेरा काम होगा सारी चैट्स को करना चेक। बट
अच्छा, मतलब ये बोल सकते हैं कि मीन्स, या मैं बोल दूंगा इसको, ठीक है? सो दिस
क्या?
इज आवर सेकंड वेबिनार ऑफ दिस सीरीज ऑफ वेबिनार।
हाँ, बोल दूंगी। अगर मैंने भी बोला तो दोनों भी बोल सकते हैं।
हाँ
वी
हाँ,
वांट
बोल।
टू एम्फसाइज ऑन दिस, है ना? और
ठीक।
जो मेरे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट जो चीजें हैं बोलने वाली, वो अटेंडेंस वाली है, और यूट्यूब लिंक है, और मैनुअल का लिंक है।
मैनुअल का लिंक है, एंड
यही है इम्पोर्टेंट चीजें।
हाँ, क्वेश्चंस एट द एंड।
क्वेश्चन है। यूट्यूब लिंक अभी अरविंद ने कर दिया शेयर।
हाँ
यूट्यूब लिंक, एसएसआर का लिंक। सर वो क्या है? एसएसआर फॉर कॉलेजेस,
हाँ, फॉर एफिलेटेड कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट कॉलेजेस।
अफिलिएटेड कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट कॉलेजेस। और फीडबैक भरना जरूर है, और अटेंडेंस लगानी जरूर है। हमारा अगला वेबिनार, हम डेट तो नहीं अनाउंस करते होते, है ना?
नहीं नहीं।
ठीक है। तो आई थिंक ये यूट्यूब लिंक भी मैं रख लेती हूँ। और अच्छा, आप बोल दोगे उसके बाद क्वेरीज के बाद थैंक्स मैंने करना है? ठीक है। पानी पुनी पी लो सर। खाना खाया?
हाँ, बस ताकि है, बस। आपने
एक
कर लिया ना?
एक एंजाइटी तो होती है ना सर।
एंग्जाइटी नहीं, मेरे को नींद बहुत बुरी तरह आ रही है। एक्चुअली मेरे ब्रदर इन लॉ कल 1 बजे पहुंचे, उनको लेने में स्टेशन गया, और फिर उस सब में वो नींद पूरी नहीं
ओके, आ गए लूथरा
हुई।
सर?
ओके। नहीं।
नहीं,
चल। ओके।
अरविंद है। 1 मिनट, मैं वीडियो बंद करके थोड़ा बाल ठीक कर लेती हूँ। in the Department of Biotechnology, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. His area of research involves understanding the role of different brain cells in age-related neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's. He has got more than 10 years of research and more than 5 years of teaching experience. He has received a PhD degree in molecular neuroscience from an esteemed institute like PGI-MER Chandigarh. He has been awarded with prestigious fellowships and grants from various funding agencies like DBT, DST, ICMR, CSIR, UGC, to name a few. Before joining the Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, he also gained teaching and research experience as an assistant professor at NAIPER, Ahmedabad, which is an institute of national eminence and a name to envy of. Until today, he has published 38 peer-reviewed articles in the journals of high repute of national and international eminence, together with 2 book chapters published by international publishers. Currently, he is working on 2 major research projects funded from ICMR and DST Serve. So he is coming not only with experience, but a lot of funds and grants, and he takes time to balance all this, his research, his teaching, his IQAC, and of course, he's a family man. So without hindering and taking much of time, so that all of you can take maximum advantage of what all he knows, what all he has worked for, and what all he has dug into from the information which was available, I hand over it to Dr. Aditya Sunkaria. Sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Rekha, for such a nice introduction. I would also like to thank Director Sir for giving me this platform to share what we have actually done during our NAAC filing. So basically today we are going to discuss about the student-related information and data for NAAC self-study report for specifically for the autonomous, affiliated and constituent colleges. So I would like to try, I will try to keep it simple, means I will not go into such diagrams and all. So I hope that you will understand what we have done here. Okay, so as NAAC has created this self-study report, so basically the NAAC has framed 7 criteria under the quality indicator framework. The first one has already been discussed very thoroughly by Dr. Rekha in our previous webinar. Today, I'm going to discuss about the teaching, learning, and evaluation, that is the criteria second, and the criteria fifth, which has means information related to the student support and progression. So we can start with our second criteria here.
Yes.
So yes, so the criteria second, that is teaching, learning, and evaluation. So this is having the maximum weightage among all the 7 criteria. Okay, so if an institute wants to score high in this, then it should keep very focus on this particular criteria. So what NAAC is actually trying to evaluate from this criteria is whether the HAI, that is the Higher Education Institute, is serving students of different backgrounds and abilities through various effective teaching learning experiences or not. Now, if means that the institute wants to inculcate the higher order thinking and investigation aptitude among their students, then what could be the approaches they can use? So they can use this interviews, they can they can have group discussion, focus group discussion, they can use the debates, the classroom debates, or the interdepartmental debates, and they can students can be given some projects like things so that they can develop some troubleshooting skills there, and they can also enhance their presentation skills by presenting any topic that is relevant to their academic as well as other areas. And this last one is the most important one, that that they should undergo the internships in prestigious institutes or companies wherever possible. Means this criteria, basically all the criteria, they are subdivided into several key indicators. Okay, so first is under this hierarchy, The first one is the criteria, then followed by key indicators. So each criteria is subdivided into several key indicators, and each key indicator has several qualitative or quantitative matrices. So we are going to discuss all these key indicators and matrices in detail one by one. So first one is the student enrollment and profile. So in this key indicator, what basically NAAC wants to evaluate that whether the institute has adopted a transparent and well administered mechanism for the admission process or not. In addition, the NAAC also wants to check whether the institute is complying with all the norms of regulatory governing agencies of central as well as state levels or not. And in addition, that the NAAC also wants to see whether the institution is putting all its efforts in ensuring the equity and wide access to the students or not. Here, equity means the without any biasness, without any caste and creed, all the students get equal opportunity to get admission in that institute. So for this key indicator, the first metric is average enrollment percentage of the students. So what we need to have here is the number of students admitted year-wise during the last 5 years. Okay, so this SSR is for last 5 years. So we need to collect the data from the very beginning. Okay, so the number of students admitted year-wise, as well as the number of sanctioned seats that are reserved or that are available year-wise during the last 5 years. So the data requirement is the total number of students admitted and total number of sanctioned seats. So once we have this data, we can just simply calculate the percentage of student enrollment per year by using this formula. And in the end, we need to calculate the average percentage of the enrollment during the last 5 years. So this will be sufficient for the first matrix. The second matrix is the average percentage of seats filled against seats reserved for various categories like SC, ST, OBC, Divyangjan, etc. So whether these seats they are being filled as per the applicable reservation policy or not during the last 5 years. So what we need here, we need the number of actual students admitted from the reserved categories. Okay, so we need to have separate information of all these categories, SC separately, ST and OBC. So we need to have separate information of all the reserved categories year-wise during the last 5 years. So the data requirement is the number of students admitted from each reserved category and the total number of seats earmarked for each reserved category as per the norms of central government or state government rules. So this is again the simple formula to calculate the percentage per year of the percentage of seats filled for the reserved categories. And again, we need to have the average percentage for the last 5 years. Then the next key indicator is the student diversity. Now, the NAAC wants to check whether the institute is satisfying the needs of the students from diverse backgrounds. Okay, so this comes socio-economic backgrounds like the poor families, they are able to admit their students or not, and the different castes means different categories of the students that are there. They are coming from the villages and they are coming from the city. So without any biasness, the institute is admitting those students. The next is whether the institute is putting all the efforts to bring in the students from different categories or not. And simultaneously, the institute is assessing the special learning needs. Like in a class, you have different type of students. Some are good learners or you can say fast learners, and then there are some slow learners. So how the institute or the teachers, they are using specific mechanisms so that all the students, they will gain the whatever information that they are being gaining in their classes. So the first metric for under this key indicator is a descriptive one. So whether the institution assesses the learning levels of the students and organizes special programs for advanced learners as well as the slow learners or not. So here the institute should highlight like what are the mechanisms they have developed for different students. They can highlight those the output of those mechanisms, like how they have helped the slow learners to learn that difficult topics that those students may are facing in